Jamal Lascelles, Carl Darlow, and you're watching Newcastle Fans TV.
Hello Newcastle TV and welcome to the quick preview of the QPR away fixture. Unfortunately, there's no tactic whiteboard tonight because it's late. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been working on a previous video and I'm at work tomorrow, so unfortunately I can't do it. However, I do have a QPR fan, a mad QPR fan who vlogs all of his games, which he's been going to. He's a young lad. He goes by the name of Hooper Boss. The link will be in the description below, so check his channel out. The thing I like about him is he's in London. He doesn't support none of the big clubs, and you've got to respect that. Us being Geordies, we support Newcastle through and through. This lad, Hooper Boss, supports QPR through and through, and he seems like a real, genuine lad. He knows what he's talking about as well. I'll also put his Twitter in the link description below. And we might even do a review together as well. I'm going to ask him on that as well. So, yeah, so just quick team news before we get on to Hooper Boss's preview from a QPR side. Sebastian Pohl has hit and miss. He might make it for QPR. He was obviously forced off on the weekend against Wigan, and did you see their goal that they scored a free kick? Newcastle, on the other hand, could look at maybe bringing in the likes of Murphy, Atsu, Lazar. We might even say Yedlin start this time around. I think there is going to be changes. I'm expecting 4 or 5 changes from Rafa, maybe changes to centre back as well. And we know that Aarons and Elliott is missing for this game as well. Looking at the league table, Newcastle obviously moved up to second. Nicely positioned with them 4 wins in the trot in the championship. But QPR, you know, the 7th, they have sneaked up. You know, they're only literally 2 points behind Newcastle, 1 point out of the promotion playoffs. You know, so they're doing all right. They're surprising a lot of people. You know, but enough of me. I'm going to hand over to Hooper Boss to take over the rest of the video and obviously give the video a like.
Hey guys, the Hooper Boss here. I'm here today to review the game that's coming up against Newcastle Tuesday night, 7:45 at Loftus Road. I won't be able to attend the game, but I'm here to give you a preview of what I think will happen in the game and the predicted lineups and so forth. So far this season, QPR lying in 7th in the championship. A very good season compared to last season, much better start. All our new signings, all the players performing up to a good standard. There's been a few bad performances here and there, the one against Preston notably. Also probably the one against Barnsley, which we played away. It's much harder now to see QPR play, other than, I mean, because we used to be in the Premier League. Used to be much easier to watch us play, but now obviously Championship's much harder to see unless you're at the stadium. But from what I've seen from the side, it's been overall a good performances, unless you compare the one against Preston, which we played very sloppily. In terms of the game that up against Newcastle, second in the Championship, clearly promotion favourites, going back up to the Premier League. Their side, arguably the best side in the Championship at the moment, and they've built a very good team. In terms of our chances, I think that QPR have a very good chance as long as we play up to our best. If we don't play to our best, I think it's highly unlikely that we're going to come up with anything from the game. In a predicted lineup, normally Smithies has been in goal. He's been very good from last season to this season, consistently playing well. Grant Hall also has to be starting in the back four with Nedum Manua and Bidwell, probably with James Perch as well. So all those 4 should be at the back 4, because normally what they're doing so far is playing a 4-2-3-1 with 2 wide men in the 3 behind the striker. QPR have been lacking wingers and have been playing youngsters like Shadipo and a few other different people out of position maybe. But our 2 holding midfielders, I would really like to see Sandro, even though, because after his performance against Rochdale in the cup, it was fantastic. But I do really want to see Sandro play. Probably Cousins alongside him would be a very good partnership. 2 very physical presences in the midfield, holding play just in front of the defence. Those 2 would be very good, especially against a team like Newcastle, just to support the defence. Out wide, I'd probably see Yenny out on the right, Yenny Mbakoto, who's actually been, I mean, you could see he has a bit of technical ability to him, so if he plays well, he can be a good threat. He's got pace, he's got a decent bit of flair, skill. We got Sherry at Cam, who's been phenomenal again this season. Last season was our best player in my opinion, and he did get the award. He's a brilliant player at his best. He's got flair, he's got skill, he's got pace, he's got dribbling. He's a very, very good player, and definitely if we do come back to the Premier League, he will be playing a very key role in that. At left mid, it's quite a tough choice because we haven't really got many players that can play there. Obviously, we let go of Junior Hoylett very recently, but I think that probably if I had to go for someone, I think it would be our new signing from who's on loan from Fiorentina, who's back now from suspension, which is Paweł Swolek, I think his name. I'm not sure how to pronounce it properly, but he seems like a good player. I've seen him few clips from the Serie A where he's played, and he's a good player. I think if we haven't seen him yet, but if he does play, I hope to see him make a good debut. Up front, Poulter came off last game against Blackburn. I think he's got a bit of an injury. So it'd be nice to see Silla start his first game for the club. He came off on the bench against Blackburn, but I would like to see him start. It'd be either him or Washington playing up front. So one of those two, but I would like to see Silla. I want to see what he can do. In terms of Newcastle, obviously they've got a fantastic side. Have been playing very well. I mean, last game against Derby, 2-0 win away. Yedlin and Gouffran getting the goals, but I mean, if you look at their side, I mean, they've got a very, very strong defence. And Bemba's there, Lascelles is there. Dummett starts, Yedlin, also very good defenders. Shelby, I mean, most of these players are Premier League quality and too good maybe for the Championship. So definitely, that's why they are there for favourites to get promotion. They've got two. I mean, squad depth is huge in the striking area and the attackers. Got Dwight Gale, Ayoze Perez, Johan Gouffran as well, who scored in the last game. They have many good players in there in different positions across the pitch. So it's gonna be interesting to see how QPR fare against this side. Obviously, Newcastle do play at their best. They are more than capable of getting a fantastic result against us, and are capable of getting the win. Hopefully we can bounce back with a win after our recent performance against Blackburn. But yeah, I mean, my prediction would probably either be a 1-1 draw or a 2-1 win to Newcastle. But I do hope that we can get a draw at least, because that'll be a very good point for us against very strong opposition at home. But shout out to Newcastle Fans TV, who asked me to do this idea and make a video on the prediction. I'll be uploading more previews and reviews on the QPR games that's coming up, and I'll try and do more gaming series about QPR from FIFA 17 and Football Manager 2017. So if you like this, guys, please like and subscribe, and you'll be seeing much more uploads from me. So thank you. I'm out.